Hello guys, I hope you are doing well. In this session, we're gonna talk about the trade we took this morning, and I'm gonna explain all the concepts that we've used to take this trade and all the reasonings. So let's just go back to the first step. The first step was to take a king, right? As our first step. Here, you can see one king here and one here, right? But since the price came out of the box, the first box, and came back again, we can say probably the orders that we had here inside the first box, it's already consumed. That means either you have to go to the lower time frames, like here we are on the 5 minute chart. But if you want to make sure that the orders are taken, you have to go to the lower time frames, 1 minute chart, 10 second chart, even tick chart, and you have to find the final zone to make sure that the orders are taken. But here we decided to not uh, checking the first box since the price was somewhere here and it wasn't inside the box. Also, from the knowledge we have from the original RTM, we already know that the MPL of a king is usually under the 80%, 80, 70% of the box, like the king you find. So here we decided to find the first orders, the MPL, here inside this second box. For this matter, you have to change the time frame to find the holder king, right? Here I extended the box on the left hand side that I can see even the candles on the left. And here we have to find the holder king, right? As the second step. We have one leg here for finding the holder kings, one leg here. Also, we have another leg here, like all the candles that you can see inside the box. That means that your candles that you see here, it doesn't relate to the holder kings. So for example, if you find something here, it doesn't matter and it's not important for our strategy. Just all the candles that you can see inside the box, inside the first box, like the king. So here I try to find the holder king. I can take this one as a holder king since it held the price. Also, I can take this one, this little one. Also, this one right here. And let me just go to the second leg, which is here. All the candles you can see inside the box. Here I cannot see anything. Here we have one king here, which held the price. Also, if you change your time frame to lower time frames, you can find probably other kings that they are holding the price. But overall, in this king, we found 4 boxes, right? But which one among these 4 kings, the holder kings, is our holder king? So let's just go back to the explanation of the holder king. A holder king, it should comes from a break of a small king or a king, and it should help the price to break a barrier or a high or a low in the middle of trend. And in return, you have to see a reaction, right? Here, if I want to find a major high in this trend, I would say this one and also this one, they are important highs, right? So this one, the first box we drew, it helped the price to make a high here, the highest high inside the box. But it didn't help the price to break a high here. Right after that the price comes out of the box, it didn't break this point, neither this point. So the first box, it doesn't count as our holder king. But when it comes, also in return, let me just go back to the first example. Also in return, if you extend the box, you can see that, I mean, here we have some reactions. So far it's good for seeing the reactions. But the first point, which was breaking a high here, it didn't convince us to take this box. So let's just go back to the second box. Here, if you pay attention, we have a high here, right? And this one is really important because the king, the holder king we found, it's inside the box. So it helped the price to comes back and break this high that we had here. And in return, it helped the price, since we had fresh orders here, to go up and make this high, right? Also, if I extend the box, I can see that in return, we have a reaction. And the reaction is really good in terms of the scale. Not better than this one, but considering all the instructions, all the steps of the strategy, this one, it counts as a very good reaction. So we keep this one. Also, the same problem here as the first box. It didn't help the price to break a high. We cannot see any highs here, around here, also here on the left hand side of the chart. So this one, it doesn't count, no matter how good is the reaction in return. We have a good reaction, but it didn't help the price to break any highs here in this area. So this one also, it doesn't count. And for this one, if I take this one, you can see that this small king, it helped the price to break this low in the second leg, which was here. And in return, you can see reactions, right? And they are good reactions. But if you want to compare this one and the second box that we drew, this one is better. And why is that? Because the reactions you see in terms of the scale, this one is more important. Like you can see more candles here compared to this box. So I'm gonna delete this one and I'm gonna move with the second box that we found. This one, it counts as our holder key. So I will extend the box and you can see after the lowest low here, the price comes back. So here we are supposed to take the first and the second touch, right? But here, since the first and the second touch overall, it gives us one whole king. I'm gonna take the whole box, which is this one, right? So inside the first box, the king, the main king, we found a second box. Now, inside the second box, you have to find, sorry, let me just adjust the box. Inside the second box, you have to find the last final fresh order zone. So I changed the time frame to 10 seconds short because in 1 minute, I couldn't see any holder king. We have to proceed with the same strategy as the second step. Here in the first leg, this one, we call it first leg, and the second leg, all the candles inside the box. So that means it starts from here and it ends here. Getting help from these two legs, you have to find a holder king. Here I cannot see anything because I cannot see a king that it holds the price. Also, it helped the price to break any highs, like any important highs. So let's just go to the second leg. Here I cannot see anything, but here, can you see all these reactions? They are coming from only one king, right? and probably the king will be this one. You can easily tell, considering the reactions, and just extend the box, you can tell that all these reactions, they relate to this small box that we found on 10 seconds chart. So it held the price, it helped to break this low here, and let's see if we have a reaction in the return. Since I cannot see anything on the 1 minute chart, let me change. And here we have a very good reaction, considering the scale of the box. So we found our holder king inside the second box. Since I cannot see any other holder kings, I will extend my holder king to find the MPL or the last final zone that we're gonna take it, put our orders, right? So here, again, I change the time frame and I check. After the lowest low, we are supposed to take the first and the second touch, right? The first touch of the holder king and the second touch. Here, after the lowest low, the price comes back up. And here you can see the first touch, right? This is the first touch. And the second touch is here, which is the break of the holder king. But since the price, again, break this high and comes back under the low of the break king, I'm gonna take the whole box. Here we have a minor and major move. So I'm gonna take the major, which is the whole box. And here, overall, we have these two boxes, right? For taking trades. And as part of our strategy, if you're already inside the second box, and if you find your touches, the first one, the second one, in other cases, it might give you only one box. Since the price is still inside the second box, and the price didn't break off this high, the second box, and it didn't come back to consume the orders, that means the boxes you found, they contain fresh orders. And as the strategy says, you have to delete the second box, and the first touch that you find is going to act as your MPL. So let me just go to the higher time frames. And here I extend my MPL. So here inside the second box, you found your touches. And since the price didn't break, while the price was inside the box, didn't break the second box, it told us that the orders, the boxes we found, they contain the orders, the fresh orders. So here we put our order here above the box, and you have to put your stop loss, considering the spread, just under the box. And the risk reward ratio, same as always, it's 1 to 4. And here is the result of the trade we took this morning. So that's it for this session. I hope you liked it, and see you next time.